ॐ जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Om. That Brahman is infinite, and this universe is also the same infinite. This infinite universe comes out of that infinite Brahman. Even then, that infinite Brahman remains as infinite Brahman alone. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. We are enjoying the Devi Suktam from the 10th Mandala and 125th Suktam. In our earlier classes, we have discussed the very first mantra, that I manifest myself in the form of all the Adhishtatru Devatas, presiding deities, as illustrated in the examples given: Rudra, Vasu, Mitra, Varuna, Indra, Agni, Ashwini, Kumaras, etc. And the essence of this whole Devi Suktam is, I have become the Sakala Adhyatmika, Sakala Adi Bhautika, and Sakala Adi Daivika. As we mentioned in earlier other classes, especially in the Vedantic Upanishadic classes, Ishvara manifests. He doesn't create like a potter creates a pot. He himself becomes this entire universe, just as we become or we create our dream world. But interesting thing is, not only dream world, even this Jagrat Prapancha is also nothing but our own creation. We are the Brahmas, because each one of us are living in our own very private world. So that fact is being said here. Aham somam ahanasam bibharmyaham tvashtaram uta poshanam bhagam aham dadhami dravinam havishmate supravye yajamanaya sunvate. What does it mean? I uphold and cherish the soma, the exuberant plant, whose juice is pressed out and offered for the delight of the gods, called Somarasa. I am also the supporter of the divine sculptor and craftsman, Tvashta. That is, he who shapes, makes this entire universe. How many universes are there? It is said there are 14 lokas are there. So Tvashta means the creator of the sculptor of the entire universe. Just as if a sculptor sculpts the image of Krishna, he is called Tvashta of that particular one. But here he is Vishwakarma, the whole Vishwam. He is doing, shaping it all the time. Very, very marvelous thought here. Supposing somebody, he says, I want to destroy the other person. So this person does that evil act of hurting, harming the other person. You know what happens immediately? Vishwakarma goes to work, and he takes the help of certain implements like that evil samskara, papa samskara, of that person and starts sculpting this person's future body, etc., and circumstances in the form of jati, ayu, and bhoga. So it is not that once it is sculpted forever, it remains like that. No creation keeps like that. That is why it is called ever flowing. Samsara means sarati. The root shru means ever to flow out, to move. To move out means to act in time, in space. Of course, there is a motivating force which is called nimitta. So this is how is called tvashtaram, uta pushanam. The creator is Ishvara. And here this great lady who did tremendous tapasya, who attained to that oneness with Brahman, she has become the Ishvara or she has become the Ishvari. And not that Brahman can become either male or female or neuter, but depending upon, sometimes I feel like calling upon God as Father. Sometimes I feel like calling upon as Mother. I've seen small babies, the father and mother bring the baby, and the baby is sitting quite happily in the lap of the mother. He becomes restless. So he stretches his hands towards the dad, and immediately the dad takes him into his hands. Will this fellow remain quiet? No. After some time, he again stretches his hands towards the mother. So he is moving from father to mother, mother to father, etc. Exactly in the same way, our minds sometimes feel like calling upon God. Whether we consciously think of him as male or female is a different issue. But when we say, protect me, so we are usually meaning father figure. But when we say, Ma, I'm hungry, you give me something quickly, so whatever desires we have, then we call God as mother. We demand when we beg on our knees, O Lord, please bestow your grace. I am an inferior being, I am nothing, etc. That is the idea of a father. But if we say, no, you must give it to me, whether I deserve it is not the point at all. I belong to you, I am your child, you have to give it to me, though unconsciously. When we start doing this, that means we are addressing the same being as mother. In fact, mother and father are not two absolutes, but depending upon the qualities. So sometimes we cannot describe as father or mother. Then it becomes neuter. Tad, tadeva srishtva. Tat srishtva, tadeva anupravishat. Tat means that Brahman, neuter gender here. Srishtva, having created, tat eva anupravishat. So enters into it. This is the what is being expressed in this, in all these mantras practically. In the Devi Suktam, we have only 8 mantras are there. But each mantra has profound meaning. And some of the words are Vedic words. That is why it takes time for us to understand. For example, Tvashta, so Bhagam, Tvashtaram. I am the Tvashtara. That means I am the creatrix. Srishti Sthiti Vinashanam, Shakti Bhute Sanatane, Gunashraye Gunamayi, Narayani Namostute. You are thou art that, Uta. And not only that, Pushanam. So I am the Sthitikarta, not only Srishtikarta, but I am the Sthitikarta also. Though it is not mentioned here, it will come later on. But the idea is we have to also say I am the Pralayakarta also. Poshanam, Poshanakarta. How? In the form of the sun, in the form of the wind. The sun and the moon, it represents the entire sustaining principle, because the whole life comes out of it. All the plant kingdom, animal kingdom, any kingdom, it is because of the sunlight. Sunlight also requires the help of the other bhutas, panchabhutas as we call them, akasha, then vayu, agni, apaha or jala, and prithvi. All these are necessary. If one is missing, then there will be no srishti at all. So even though the scientists are searching nowadays for planets where life can be sustained, the first thing they are searching is for water. But water alone will not do, because if the climate is too cold or too hot, then our present understanding is it is impossible for life to be sustained there. So, Pushanam, once something is created, it has to be sustained. So, who is the sustainer? It is me only. Here, instead of saying, a devotee saying, thou art the sustainer, here the divinity herself is telling that I am Poshanam. I am the sustainer. I am the nourisher. Surya is also another name for nourishing. Poshan is called, we have seen it earlier in many of the Upanishads. And then Bhagam. Bhagam means what? So merely nobody wants to be surviving. Every creature has number of desires are there, and different desires are there. First desire is I want to live. I don't want to die. I don't want to be a corpse. I want it to be a fully conscious living creature. And then various desires will be there. I don't know, but I'm guessing with my imagination. Supposing only one person, one human being or animal is there, and a mosquito is there, and it is getting freely the food from that buffalo or cow or human being, my imagination runs right here. So after some time, yes, every day I have to drink the same tasteless blood. Horrible. Then, because it is a living creature, it will pray to its own God. He is called the creator of mosquitoes, and then mosquito king, huge mosquito with a tremendous amount of stinging power, which can subdue anybody, mosquito or non-mosquito. Oh Lord, grant me a different tasty human being or prani. I am dead bored. I don't want to live with this kind of thing. So bhagam means what? Various desires. Every living creature wants to propagate. So it wants a partner, spouse, male or female. And then it wants safety. And it wants to sport itself joyfully. So all these desires have to be fulfilled. That is why God has got the name Bhagavan. Van means what? Dhanavan means one who has dhana. Bhagavan, Bhaga means Gnana, Aishwarya, Virya, Bala, etc. Six qualities are there. Why six qualities? 100 qualities also can be included. Why 100 qualities? Because it is like a supermarket. Whatever a person wants, prani wants, that has to be fulfilled. Human beings forget that the creator must sustain whatever he creates, she creates. The tantrics call the creator creatrix, matrix. So it is a mosquito. That's the desires has to be fulfilled. A dog, its desires have to be fulfilled. That is why mother is called Vishalakshi. She fulfills the desires of every created being. From our eyes, we are superior, everything is inferior. But from the mother's eyes, all her children have their own respective positions there. So I am the Poshanakarta, Poshanam. I am the Bhaga. All sorts of shops are there, materials are there. I am the fulfiller of every single desire. Why? Because the desire also stems only from her only. In fact, if we go very deep into it, there is no second person. She is only sustaining herself. She is only recreating herself. She is only merging herself into herself. Aham dadhami dravinam havishmate. Very beautiful expression here. Aham. This Ambruni, her name was Vak. So Ambruni, Vak, she is having identified with Brahman. She is telling Aham Havishmate, those who are praying. So Havihi means some offering. It need not be give only. It can be fruit, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, yume bhaktya prayachati, tadaham bhaktya apakrutam, ashnami prayatatmanaham. So whatever is offered to me with bhakti, etc., I lovingly accept that one. Accepting means I fulfill all that person's desires. Here, Havishmate means the literal meaning is one who is performing Havis, that is ghee, which is to say Yajna Yagas, as it is seen. And here also, in our modern pujas also, if it is good temple, people use ghee for lighting of the lamps, etc. They do Aratrikam also only with wicks dipped in ghee. But if it is poor, then they will use some other type of oil. So Havis doesn't mean only ghee. Whatever is worthy of being offered to God, that is called Havis. And those who ever offer to the divine, whether it is in the male form or female form, it is all accepted. And what do I do? Dravinam dadhami. Dadhami means I sustain that person, I fulfill the desires of that person. That means I grant the desires of that person, whether you call her Kamakshi or Meenakshi or Vishalakshi, I fulfill all the desires, those who are ready. And what is the place of puja, yajna, yaga, etc.? It is the capacity to receive. This is a marvelous principle. It is not simply a prayer. It is the capacity to be able to receive what the mother always wants to give. She wants to give everything. She is more eager than anybody to give. That is why it is written in the Vedas, like a cow which has just given birth to a calf. The mother wants to give as much as the calf can take. It is up to the calf how much it can take. As it grows, its capacity to drink the milk becomes more and more pronounced. So this is the meaning. Dravina means desire. Here Dravina means wealth. So I will grant the desires, whatever be the desires. You want children, I will give you. You want spouse, I will give you. So the example we get, gopis wanted Krishna as their beloved. So they worshipped the Divine Mother in the form of Katyayani, and she granted. And Krishna called. Krishna only in the form of Katyayani granted them, and Krishna only has appeared in front of them as their most desired object in this whole world. When they could not see Krishna, they felt that they have fallen into the direst hell. But when the same Krishna appeared, how did it appear? Sakshat Manmatha Manmataha. So Manmatha means one who will not allow us, our minds, to be quiet. The most enjoyable object. And there is nothing more enjoyable than God Himself because He is Paripurna Ananda Swarupa. So when everybody wants only Ananda Swarupa, nobody wants any object. Every object is just an instrument, just as when our mothers cook nice food for us, we have to use our hands to take that food and carry it to the mouth. It is not the hand that we are desiring. Similarly, every object is only an instrument. So Dravina means desire. And it could be for wealth, could be for health, it could be for longevity, it could be mm, any power, position, name, fame. I quoted the example of one devotee that was coming to Sri Ramakrishna, Upendra Rath Mukhopadhyay, and Sri Ramakrishna just ate jalebi. What does it mean? He ate up the daridrata, the what is called poverty, of which was in his fate, and like Krishna eating the what is called flattened rice of Sudama, Sri Ramakrishna had eaten, and immediately all his what we call alakshmi is completely destroyed. That means he will get what his heart is longing for, and Dravinam Havishmate. Now, in this context, if we interpret that Sudama's story, what was his heart really longing for? Even to speak, what was the heart of his wife longing for? Do you think that she was not a devotee of Krishna? It was only she, or it was Krishna, in fact, who inspired the wife of Sudama. You must go and see Krishna. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. By his will, she had the desire. She collected a little bit of this flattened rice and she tied it. He walked all the way, only remembering Bhagavan Krishna. He was a great devotee of God, and Sri Krishna did everything and even ate the flattened rice unasked for, but at the same time granted him so much of rich. What riches can Bhagavan Krishna offered to a devotee who said, like Ramachandra Datta. Once Ramachandra Datta, he approached Sri Ramakrishna, and then Sri Ramakrishna was in a gracious mood. He was also a moody fellow. So sometimes he was not in a mood to give. So he will just withdraw his lotus feet and never allow anybody to touch it. It depends upon the fate of the devotees. So Sri Ramakrishna asked, what do you want? And Ramchandra thought, whatever I ask for, my limited intellect can only ask limited something. So he said, Lord, I leave it to you. Whatever you want to give, you think is good for me, you give it to me. And then immediately Sri Ramakrishna said that give me all the mantras that I have given to you. And then he said, whatever you desire to see me, like Sri Krishna offered to Arjuna, whatever else you want to see within me, you will behold. And Ramchandra Datta had a wonderful vision fulfilling his heart's content. So it is better to leave it to the Divine Mother what is good because she knows better than any one of us. So this is called Dravidam. Havishmate means to those who pray, who surrender, and who are in a fit condition to receive that Ananda. Ultimately, Dravidam means Ananda. And that Ananda is given to everybody who surrenders himself to God. And the same idea is being repeated again. Supravye Yajamanaya Sunvate. So I am the giver of the fruits of the sacrifices and grant the wealth of oblation to the mindful performers of sacrifice, and also those who arrange this soma sacrifice, etc. Supravye, that means one who is endowed with Shraddha and Bhakti and Dhyana and Yoga. Yajamanaya. Yajamana is one, usually, who is a quite wealthy person, who is capable of organizing. An organizer with his own money, of course, he will give to all the performers who are called Ritviks, Pujaris, Pandas. So, Sunvate. So, the persons who are also performing actually the job, for them appropriate. Now, what is the difference? There is no difference. If the Yajamana does it everything in the manner prescribed, if the Ritviks also perform them with Shraddha and Bhakti, then the Divine Mother will give them appropriate results. What do we mean by appropriate results? Because human beings are different people. One Yajamana may want dharma, another may want artha, another may want kama, another may want mukti itself. And similarly, the Ritviks also, even though they are doing, all of them are equally entitled to all these dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. All of them may not desire. They may desire, some people may desire only artha. One of our senior Swamis told me something very, very interesting. There are idiots who do not have that much of brain. So they are praying to the Divine Mother, performing all sorts of things. Grant me wealth. And even in Lalita Sahasranama, there is a beautiful word, Samrajyadayini. She who is a bestower of Samrajya. Supposing there is an idiot, and then she bestows Samrajya to that person. Now, do you think that person will enjoy it? Or the Samrajya falls upon him like a tsunami and he will be drowning, struggling to even to breathe properly. So it is not enough. What we need really, if we are intelligent people, Mother, grant me that bliss. Go Anandamayi Hoye Nirananda Amai Corona. Do not give me Nirananda, because you are the very embodiment of Ananda Swarupini. Sri Ramakrishna always used to do it as a Ma Anandamayi. So he was reminding her every time that you are not a Srishtikarta, you are not a Sthitikarta, you are not a Layakarta, but you are Anandamayi. Whatever else you do, give me Ananda. And whether you keep me poor, whether you keep me in ill health, it doesn't matter. And if you study Sri Ramakrishna's life, especially towards the end, for nearly a little more than 1 year, he suffered terribly from the gradually increasing uh, throat cancer. But he was himself swimming in the ocean of bliss, and he is also keeping everybody else that comes to him in bliss. We should pray, Oh Mother, give me bliss, your bliss. Let me be in you all the time. This is the meaning of Supravye Yajamanaya Sunvate. He who organizes, he who actually performs, both the inspirer as well as the workers, executive officer as well as the actual workers who perform. So, what does the Divine Mother do? Dravinam dadhami. I fulfill all their desires. The end goal of every fulfillment is nothing but pure ananda. Wealth means ananda. That is why I mentioned to you many times in the past, there are many foolish people who want to worship Mother in the form of Lakshmi. So Lakshmi means wealth. Wealth means crores of rupees. That is what they think. But what will you do if somebody who has got crores of rupees or thousands of crores of rupees, but that fellow is old, or he is suffering from cancer, or he is suffering from loss of family members, or the jealousy of other business people, etc., and he has to depend totally upon the servants. Do you think servants really love the employers? It is impossible. And yet, such is the delusion. When they come and speak to you, you feel as if they were nearer and dearer than your own self. And yet, this delusion doesn't go. So pray, oh mother, whatever be the condition I am in, doesn't matter. As Sri Ramakrishna used to pray, oh mother, do not deprive thy child of bliss. Anandamayi Oyogoma Nirananda Corona. Do not do it. We move on to the third one. And actually, we have introduced in the last class also. Aham Rastri Sangamani Vasunam Chigitushi Prathama Igniyanam Tam Ma Deva Vyadadu Purutra Bhuri Statram Bhuri Aveshayanti. Here, the Divine Mother, in this case, this Ambruni, Rishika, what is it telling? This Vak Devata. So identified herself with Brahman, but she is now identifying herself with the Ishwaratva. Ishwara means Saguna Brahma. Earlier, some hints were given about the Nirguna Brahma. Now she is giving the hints about the Saguna Brahma. Aham Rastri. What does that mean? That I have become Rashtra. Rashtra means we know Vanga Rashtra, Andhra Rashtra, etc. Madhya Pradesh Rashtra. Rashtra means a state. State means a country, a kingdom. This is called Rashtra. Bharata Rashtra. So Rat means one who rules over it. Samrat. That is why the word comes there, Samrat. Rashtri. That means Aham Samrat. I am the ruler. I am the Ishwari. If we really analyze, what does this Rashtri, Ishwari, or the ruler really means? It means a being who identifies himself or herself with whatever he is claiming, I am the ruler. That is, every small bit, this is me. A person who says, I am India, and India is me. He is the ruler. He is the real ruler. Because what is the idea? Idea is that anybody who identifies and feels this is me never wishes any ill to anything in that country. A person may be identified with the family, usually we are. There are a little more advanced people, they are identified with their village, with their town. There are still more what is called greater people, they are identified with the entire state. Or there are still more people who are identified with the entire nation. But there are people who are identified with the entire world, international. But there are people who do not stop there. They identify themselves with the living, with the non-living, everything. Now we are understanding slowly, with the help of scientists, that if a great iceberg melts somewhere, it has unimaginable consequences, implications over the entire world. How these things influence the weather and the other atmospheric conditions, the rainfall, etc. These are all still it puzzles even the scientists. This interconnectedness of both the living and non-living can never be explained because the universe is so vast. And we are not talking, I am not talking only about this earthly atmosphere, what we call our cosmos. There are cosmoses whose very nature we cannot even imagine what they are. The astronomers are saying that there are stars who are dead billions of light years ago, whose light has just started reaching the earth. That means, so far as we are concerned, those stars are just born a short time ago. Short time means many billions of years ago. And that light, as if forever eyes, as if they are just born, and it is the nature of the star to shine and to shed light, and that light has reached us, even though it took billions of years. The star is completely dead by now. But so far as we are concerned, it is alive, it is just born. For many billions of years, it is going to give us light, etc. Unbelievable, unimaginable. That is all what is meant by I am the creation. Rastri means I am the creation. That is what it really means. And then I am Ishwari. Just now I mentioned it is the president or a king or the prime minister. Such persons, rarely they identify themselves with what they are supposed to rule, etc. No, Ishvara is the Antaryami. Here the Divine Mother is telling, I am the Antaryami, I am the Rastri, I am the Ishvari. This is what is meant by Isavasya Upanishad. So Isavasyamidagam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena punjita magritaha kasya svidhanam. Sangamani, I gather everything. That means I keep everything ready. Like a mother who, after giving birth to the child, she gathers everything that is needed for the welfare of the child. So, do you require food? Do you require warmth? Do you require medications? Do you require protection? Everything she gathers. And this is the meaning of Vasunam. I am the gatherer of Vasus. What is Vasu? We have seen earlier in the very first mantra itself. Vasu means wealth. Here, wealth, most of these worldly people, for them, wealth means only money and property, never thinking that their bodies and minds are more important than anything else. The greatest wealth a person can really gather is called a healthy body and a healthy mind. Without these things, whatever wealth a person has, other people might enjoy, but not that person. It becomes a source of misery to that very person. So, Vasuna, whatever the children need, all that Vasus, all that wealth, that I gather for what purpose? So that when whichever child, even before the child desires, a mother is keeping 1,000 eyes. This is called Vishala Akshi. Is keeping her eyes open like a tigress or a lioness, even though they both of them seem to be dozing, but 90% of the mind is fixed on the babies. And the babies are full of vigor because there is nothing to do except in digesting the rich food that the mother it has to hunt, it has to eat, it has to digest, it has to convert into the rich milk. And these fellows, just they go on, they're like roly-poly things. They will be rolling over. Sometimes their stomachs are bulging and hanging down. And some are so greedy, even when others are sleeping, they want to go and get more of their shares like Bhimasena. So, is the Divine Mother, she has already gathered. Whenever they need, even before they're asking, the mother gives to them whatever is necessary. She is the manifester of everything. I am the Ishwari. I am the queen of all the wealth. And then I am Chikitushi. I am a knower of Brahman. So Nachiketa, that is called Nachiketa. That is, always wants to know what is the highest knowledge. So the Divine Mother here says, I am a knower of Brahman. Who can say I am a knower of Brahman? Only a knower of Brahman says. There was a very funny incident in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Once a madcap visited Dakshineshwar, and then he met Sri Ramakrishna in the Panchavati, and that fellow is laughing. So his whole head and heart out, and he was very ferocious looking. Even the beggars did not allow him to sit with them and eat the food from the refuge camp. Refuge, what is called heap. So Sri Ramakrishna met him. Sri Ramakrishna was trembling, but he recognized it. And then that fellow comes and says, Sri Ramakrishna asks, are you a Brahmajnani? And that fellow comes nearer and says, very beautifully taken in the movie. He laughs and says, shh, don't tell anybody, I am a Brahmajnani. He did not tell that to anybody else, only to Sri Ramakrishna. Why? Because Sri Ramakrishna had recognized him. You know the rest of the story. Sri Ramakrishna went and told to his nephew Hriday, he is a Brahmajnani. And then we know the story. Hriday started following him. Sir, make me your disciple. Anyway, this Aham Chiketushi, and I am the Prathama. From Nirguna Brahma, I have emerged as the Ishvara, Prathama. Call him Ishvara, call him Shakti. Sri Ramakrishna used to call what Vedantins call Ishvara as Shakti. And then says, Prathama Yajnayanam. That is, you want to worship? And whom do we worship? How do we worship? And why do we worship? We only worship. What is worship? The desire of some fulfillment. I am in need of something. Whether I express it or not, a baby is hungry. He simply cries. He doesn't say, I am hungry, mom, I'm giving food. He doesn't know how to cry. But the mother understands. The same fellow, mischievous fellow, he starts crying. Mother will not even look at him. Let him go on crying. So that will make him more hungry. Then I will feed him with milk. Because there is a mischievous crying and there is a real crying. As soon as the mother hears the real crying, she recognizes it immediately. She runs whatever she is doing, as Ramakrishna so graphically describes. She throws everything, even the rice she is doing, and then immediately comes, takes the baby, and then starts suckling. She understands my baby is very hungry. I must feed him. No time gap should be left out. So, Prathama Igniyanam means those who are worthy of worship. Who are the worthy of worship? Lakshmi is worthy of worship. Saraswati is worthy of worship. Kumaraswamy is worthy of worship. Ganesha is worthy of worship. Shiva is worthy of worship. Vishnu is worthy of worship. Myriad gods and goddesses. Jesus Christ is worthy of worship. Mother Mary is worthy of worship. Allah is worthy of worship. Why? Because this is our concepts. So these concepts are according to our needs. So even Swargaloka, we imagine that some people think that if I go there, a very beautiful wife will be available there. Those who do not, who suffer from good water, for example, the Middle East countries. So they will go to paradise. There will be always cool streams of water will be flowing, and with their beautiful wives, not one or two, but according to my information, 72, each one fellow. And I don't know whether they will, one fellow looks at the other woman and says, that I want that one quarrel. There also, Iraq war will be there. God alone knows. This is their concept. Swami Vivekananda was making fun. I was born in a place where practically throughout the year it is raining. I wish a dry place. So my heaven is where it rains only once in a while, that too at night when we are sleeping. By morning it will be beautiful, cool breeze, completely dry, so that I can enjoy it. And wherever there is this kind of Musaladhara Vrishti, there will be mosquitoes also, growth of mosquitoes also. So what is meant is, we imagine there is a place where all our desires are completely fulfilled. That is what we call Swargaloka. But here, Yajnayana means those who worship with a definite purpose in mind. So there are so many manifestations of gods and goddesses. I must be the first to be worshipped. As what? As don't worship, as a demigod, semi-god, small god, etc. Worship me because I am Brahman. I am a knower of Brahman. If you worship me as a knower of Brahman, then what do I give you? I know I don't give you money. I will not give you dharma. I will not give you artha. All other gods and goddesses will give you praise, dharma, artha, kama. But I will give you moksha. What does it mean? That means the Divine Mother will not give dharma, artha, and kama, but she will give only moksha. Foolish people misunderstand. No. What is it? That dharma contains both artha and kama, and mukti, moksha, contains dharma, artha, kama. The shreyas includes the praise. Nothing is left out. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. So I am the most worthy of all worthies of worship. Therefore, Tam, me, Devaha, Vyadaduhu. So what did the Devas do? The Devas had installed me everywhere in various names, various forums, everywhere, throughout the world. You go there. Throughout any village in India, you go there. This Divine Mother in the form of Poleramma, Maramma, etc. So she will be there everywhere. But is she what is called a small goddess, a inferior goddess? That is a horrible idea. It is God said that this particular goddess or God will fulfill the needs of certain types of people who understanding says this is the only need, and they are prepared to worship her or him, and she or he. We have to get rid of that idea of what is called this gender, male and female. That is why Sri Ramakrishna's words have to be pondered deeply. Him whom you call Brahman, I call as Shakti. When our human mind wants to think about without any activity the divine, that is called Brahman. But the same divine in the light of Srishti Sthiti Laya activity, I call it Shakti. So what did these devas do? They are our well-wishers. Te deva bhavayanti vaha. So they always think. Parasparam bhavayantaha shreyan paramam avapsyatha. Your sahayagna praja srištva purovacha prajapati. Ishvara created both human beings as well as the external world, as well as the residing deities, and then commanded, Saha Yajna. So you worship the gods, and gods, in their turn, they are pleased with your worship, and they grant you all the desires. But with one caveat, we have to be there. Simply don't go on saying that you fulfill my desire. Many times it will be counterproductive. Simply pray, oh God, my heart longs for this. If you think this will give me what is good for me. Do me what is good for me. Then you grant it to me as much as is good for me. If we pray that way, every manifestation of God will give us only that which will never harm us, which will always help us to move forward in the scale of evolution. So this is what he said. Tham, that means mom, me, Devaha, all the different gods. Yadadu, where Purutraha, that means in many ways, many places, many directions, they establish my worship. Bhurihi Statram, having many stations. What does it mean? Joto Mot Tatopat. This is the fact that Sri Ramakrishna is telling, as many opinions, so many paths. That means what? Somebody believes in the Yaksha, Rakshasa, Kinnara, they worship, and I only fulfill them. Crystal clearly, Lord Krishna is telling, whoever worships whomsoever they worship, they are only worshipping me. And I fulfill the desires of all those worshippers through those particular form. Not only that, I strengthen the faith in those particular devatas. If it is a Krishna Bhakta, I will strengthen the Krishna Bhakti in a Krishna Bhakta, Shiva Bhakti in a Shiva Bhakta, Devi Bhakti in a Devi Bhakta. But ultimately, the Devi, the Krishna, the Shiva, Vishnu, all are my manifestations only. But only thing is, a person worships bhutas, pretas, pishachas, etc. Bhutan, pretaganams chanye. Why do they worship? Because their understanding is, I want some supernatural powers. Do they really exist? Definitely they exist. So one of the greatest lessons we have to learn from Sri Ramakrishna's life is, don't poo-poo what is called the faith in ghosts and goblins and all. Sri Ramakrishna had crystal clearly, undoubtedly proved that demons exist, Brahmarakshasas exist, Pretas, Bhutas, Pishachas exist, different gods and goddesses exist, all of them exist. That's why, once more I'm reminding you, once Ramana Maharshi was asked, so for the Swargaloka, Indraloka, Gandharvaloka, Yakshaloka, this Bhutaloka, all the Narakaloka, Swargaloka, are all these really true? Or is it only the scriptures are telling to uplift our minds? And then Ramana Maharshi had given the most rational answer anybody can get. He said, if you think this Bhuloka is real, every loka is also real. What does he mean? Means you are thinking this Bhuloka is real, that is your faith. There is no Bhuloka. Supposing Sri Ramakrishna is living in this, or let us say, take the example of Gopalerma. After she started having visions of Gopala, in which loka was she living? Where was her body? In Bhuloka, what we call Bhuloka. And where was she living? In Goloka. She is living with Bhagavan Krishna. So wherever our mind is, that is our loka. If we are hating somebody, we are living in what is called Veshaloka. If we are loving, we are living in the loving loka. What happens when you enter into loving loka? That everybody will be loving you and everything is lovely, everything is enjoyable. And you go into this enemies loka, that is called Rakshasa loka. And then what will you see? That Rakshasa loka is nothing but a state of your mind where your mind itself has become a Rakshasa. Asurya nama te loka andena tamasa vrita tangte praitya vigachanti ekecha atmahano jana. Those who are devoted only to this body and to cater to the body's needs, after death, where do they enter? Asurya nama, Asuri loka. What is Asuri loka? Where, because this person had done so many evil deeds. You will have to suffer there. They will be sawing that fellow. And then the fact is, they will give you, inject you with a particular type of amrita, where you will not lose consciousness. And they will be sawing your body from various parts of your body. Not fast, remember, very, very slowly. They will be only 1 billionth of a centimeter will be cut at a given time. But they will give you that injection. That injection they give you contains two effects. One is your sensitivity to the pain increases a billionfold. And secondly, if you are conscious of every different expression of pain. And then this is called Asuri Loka, Asurya Namate Loka, Andena Tamasa Vrita. What does Anda Tamas means? Filled with indescribable unhappiness. So, in many places, and that is what I also said, Sri Ramakrishna entering the kitchen and seeing his own photograph, worshipped with flowers and said, in course of time, this photo will be worshipped. What does he mean? Not Ramakrishna's form. Sarva Deva Devi Sarupa. Somebody is worshipping Lakshmi, somebody is worshipping Saraswati, somebody is worshipping what we call Satan, somebody is worshipping Jesus, somebody Buddha, somebody Allah, doesn't matter. Whomsoever a person is worshipping, I manifest myself there and I fulfill all their desires. So, Gori Aveshayanti. So, I enter myself into the forms of all these gods and goddesses. I accept the worship of everybody and I fulfill their desires. But if their desires are temporary, then again they will fall into the same trap. So, they will have to worship me again and again. But if there is only one desire, I don't want praise. I don't want dharma, artha, kama. I want only shreyas, paramartha, purusha. Then Divine Mother will give only that one. In this particular third mantra, what is the Devi telling? That I am manifesting as all the Sarva Deva Devi Swarupa all over the world, not only Hindu gods and goddesses, Christian god, Christian goddess, and Islamic god, goddess, whatever way a person must worship. Worshipping means receiving the capacity, receiving capacity, so that when the Divine Mother grants, the person must be able to enjoy it. So the rest of the Devi Suktam is also an expression of another 5 mantras are there, that Aham Brahmasmi Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. We will explore this idea in our future classes. Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Saritva Pranamami Moho. May Ramakrishna Holy Mother and Swami Vivekananda bless us all with bhakti. Jai Ramakrishna.